These are aspiring young heroes. They may be failures, but they can handle themselves.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife Montana, and this is Waddles and Rue's down there.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 4, Episode 17 of My Hero Academia, Relief for Licensed Trainees.
Yes,
okay.
We're in the middle of the classes.
The children.
That they're taking to get their licensing exams, those that failed the second round.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supposed to be controlling these kids, and after a bunch of strategies fail, Bakugo decides it's time to fight them directly. What are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
Fighting the children can only go poorly for the trainees.
Not exactly the greatest move.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for them. And if you're excited for this episode of My Hero Academia, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Friday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, we have like 10 to 11 episodes on Patreon that you can watch right now, along with episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen, Gravity Falls, and Code Geass. But are we excited for episode 17 of Season 4 of My Hero Academia?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
You guys aren't fooling anybody! We're better than you and we'll take you down to prove it!
Oh, then bring it on! Let's have a proper fight!
My binging balls will make a beast out of you. Bet you didn't see that coming. These monsters are super fast and strong. Assault dust! Those guys aren't gonna know what hit them. Come on, let's go!
A dust cloud.
So these kids haven't trained with their quirks at all.
Nope.
Electromagnetic bullet! And King Slam! Hula hoop attack!
Go tongue tank!
Are these kids, like, way more talented than your average child? Because I feel like they could compete with first years at the high school.
You're making some very good points. I wonder if they'll touch on that.
I wonder if it's a thing like, you know how every generation's like, oh, well, the next generation is growing up so much faster because they have, like, increased exposure to more advanced stuff.
You make some great points.
What? Kids these days are stupid strong! How is this even possible, huh? Back when I was their age, I was just learning how to get my yell working. Having this much power when you're just a toy should be illegal!
Allow me to explain. As the generations pass, quirks combine and become more powerful. Hypothetically, stronger, more complex quirks may one day become too hard for anyone to control.
So like an
especially
airy
untrained
situation.
Quirk Singularity Doomsday. That's what they call this theory.
Oh.
These kids make me fearful that this is indeed our future.
I'm sorry, please
They're just gonna
forgive
keep
me.
getting too
Yikes.
powerful.
Wait! Don't leave now. Stay. This jam is just getting started. Let's see how they react.
King Orca, is this okay?
Okay. Why would you ask?
No.
Do you think I'm not paying attention? That this was unexpected, not the outcome I planned for from the very
No,
beginning?
sir! Of course not! We're sorry!
These are aspiring young heroes. They may be failures, but they can handle themselves.
Okay.
Pretty bold of them to attack without hesitation like that. I'm almost impressed.
They know that we're
His
hero
style.
trainees.
Yeah.
They likely feel they don't need to hold back.
He behaves like an
against us.
8-year-old.
It's so sad.
Right.
I want to be their friend, even if it wasn't part of our training.
No way! They're not scared of our quirks at all, seriously! They think they're better than us just because they're older. Come on, everyone! Let's show them more of what we got!
Leave it up to me! Queen Geass!
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
What?
you've got such a beautiful face, dude. Don't let that frown spoil the effect.
Sorry,
sorry, hun. Just a little illusion for ya.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be like so swoony though? Our school's mega old-fashioned and doesn't even allow us to go on dates. It's just the worst.
Shikatsu High School second year, Kami Utsushimi. Her quirk, Glamour. She can create illusions for a short period of time. Abuse of this quirk is prohibited.
What does that
Got
mean?
such a beautiful face.
Abuse of the quirk is prohibited.
I think it's making somebody say or do something they don't want to, or saying something as somebody else.
Isn't that the whole thing?
Doing it maliciously.
So like not as a hero.
Yeah, it's just it's a power that I think it's probably similar to the mind control power, where it's like you can't just go around using this willy-nilly.
Isn't that like everyone's power?
Kind of, but it's just especially for these.
Okay.
She can create illusions for a short period of time. Abuse of this quirk is prohibited.
You've got such a beautiful face, my dear.
What a weird quirk.
Seriously, I might die!
I don't know, was it really all that funny?
Anyway, let's do the thing we were talking about before, guys!
You idiots think you know so much. But I outshine adults at everything. Piano, fighting, it doesn't matter. I'm a prodigy. I see the heroes who get in trouble every day on TV. And the police. Then there's our weepy teacher. You're all completely hopeless compared to me. To us. We'll show you that we can use our powers better than you ever even imagined. Just watch!
You kids are amazing, I'll give you that. Thing is, there's more to heroing than just power!
Very true.
Right.
It's so lame that we can't do this outside. Whatevs.
Can she just make it seem like it's outside? Nice. Yeah, why not? That's very cool. I feel like her quirk has so many possibilities.
Yeah.
Because you just create. Wow, okay.
That was pretty sick.
That was really cool. Okay, well they're like fighting, but like in a fun way.
Oh no, they're more just making a fun little, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know these guys could do this.
Like they're showing like we're so much more powerful, but not in a...
Yeah.
I can't make complex structures out of my ice yet. So I used the objects you made as a frame for my design.
Okay, very cool.
Fortunately, you have some amazing powers.
Hey, I want to do it too. No fair. I can try to slide.
Sure, line up.
Okay.
All we gotta do is show these brats how impressive we are. Cause come on, lose to someone you look down on and you feel like crap. That's not the way we're gonna win their hearts or whatever.
We have to set them on the right path. Otherwise, they'll end up causing problems later on, the same way I did during the provisional exam. I don't want them to go down that same path.
Yeah. If we can't broaden their horizons, then what's the point? We'd make bad heroes.
And this is the realization they wanted them to have in this
In order
lesson.
to
Yeah.
create a bond between them without breaking anyone's spirit.
Or exam or whatever.
Use of your quirks, you guys. I was starting to sweat.
You two, get in there and have some fun.
What are you doing?
That's an
Get your
order.
hands off of me. You think I'm impressed by this?
You're their leader, aren't you, kid? If you keep looking down on everyone else, you'll never be able to see your own weaknesses. That's just some advice from one of your elders, so don't forget it.
Oh,
Hey, Baldy,
that's so
Todoroki,
sweet.
Bald!
What he said just now, he wasn't talking down to me. But did he really mean all that? Yes, I think he did. His words, I can feel how true they are.
That's so sweet.
Let's all work together.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
alright. So Bakugo got through to him.
Finally.
That's really great.
That's not gonna happen.
My problem, children. What's going on here?
After this, it's your turn, ma'am. Make sure you keep this vibe going.
Right.
Why is it so important to be the strongest?
tell me, Endeavor. I'm sure you have a reason. So what is it?
Are we gonna get an Endeavor backstory? Was his dad really shitty?
Well, I mean, who knows what we're gonna get from Endeavor? We'll have to see. But pretty cool scene there.
Yeah, that was really awesome. It was also cool seeing all of the trainees like working together to emphasize each other's powers.
Yeah.
Work together and win the hearts of those children. You did a good job despite having such vague instructions.
Wait, so you did that on purpose?
Part of the test.
You also did well. Remember everything you learned today and keep working. You students have so much potential. I mean, don't you dare fail!
Oh.
He's actually a big softie who loves kids. This is just for show.
He was just putting on a front the whole
After what we
time.
put together in there, I think we're meant to be friends, don't you? Our quirks just work so well together.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah, and Bakugo, you're actually not bad if you don't talk. Try shutting up.
You shut up!
Sounds
Oh,
good.
that's funny.
We'll also do whatever we can to help you.
Ooh, what's going on, Shishikura? You schmoozing with All Might? Seriously, the symbol? What were you talking about? Like hero stuff or what?
We were talking about you, fool!
For realsies? That's sweet.
The reality is that by attacking you, the League went after a school other than UA. Up until now, our schools haven't had an especially close relationship with each other. But we were talking about coordinating in the future for the sake of sharing information.
Okay.
We still don't know why you were targeted, Miss Utsushimi, but hopefully together we'll get a better idea of what the villains want.
Cray cray.
Additionally, this means we can organize joint training exercises someday.
Next time I'll beat you up one-on-one. You still behave and speak like a back alley thug, you hoodlum! Remember your place! Yeah, you don't get to be the one to tell me that.
Shoto, long time no see. You've changed quite a bit.
Not interested.
Shoto. I want you to know I'm proud of you, son. Because of that, I swear I'll become someone you can be proud of too. Not just as the #1 hero, but as the man that you call father.
I don't care what you do.
Why?
Endeavor!
To psych himself up.
Just so you know,
Oh, okay.
I'll be rooting for you.
Thanks a lot. Also, you're bleeding.
Progress is
All right.
slow for Endeavor, for these aspiring heroes. Sometimes they come to a standstill. Sometimes they have to look behind them. But one step in front of the other, they keep moving forward.
What do you make of that?
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah. First attempt at not being a huge asshole by Endeavor.
Yeah, that was off-brand. I did think it was a good sign that he promised future action rather than saying like,
forgive me now.
Exactly.
Or like he wasn't transactional.
100%. And
That's something that stands out to me in that.
Yeah, no, it didn't seem like there was any attempt from him to like, he didn't expect anything from Todoroki in that situation. He was just like, hey, heads up, I'm gonna be better. So that's good.
Yeah, it's a good first step. We'll see where that ends up.
Before we knew it, September was over and fall was upon us.
I'm glad Todoroki didn't buy it
outside
though.
began to grow colder.
Yeah, Todoroki didn't. It still is.
Did not.
Yeah.
Tried to touch his head. Please.
Yeah, no. Not gonna happen yet.
No. Tousle
Fall
his
was upon
hair.
us. As the air outside began to grow colder, we tried to come to terms with everything we'd been through.
Are they doing math?
All Might and Mr. Aizawa took those of us who were involved in the Shea Saikai raid to Sir Night Eye's funeral. It was one last chance to say goodbye to him. Our teachers and the hero agencies talked about the work studies program, and they
Goodness
decided it would be
gracious.
best
What?
You already gained the weight back that fast?
Yeah, I mean, that's his quirk.
Sorry, I just didn't know he could do it that quickly. That's
I mean, if he could
impressive as
burn
hell.
through it in half a second.
Yeah, maybe he just retains everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just sick.
Our teachers and the hero agencies talked about the work studies program, and they decided it would be best to put them on hold. Night Eye's sidekick,
Probably
Centipeter,
smart.
took over his agency. He and Bubble Girl eagerly awaiting Togata's return to their ranks.
Yeah, they lost most of their team.
As
That's
for
devastating.
Eri, she regained consciousness and recovered, but she was still emotionally unstable and her quirk could go out of control at any time. So the hospital had to take precautions and she couldn't have visitors. There was some progress though.
That's sad.
The doctors discovered that the horn on her forehead seemed to power her rewind quirk. As her fever went down, it began to shrink. Now it's little more than a bump, which is a good sign.
Okay.
The equation isn't that difficult to solve. Calculate the definite integral.
Oh, God.
When you have an answer,
Hell
raise your
yeah.
hand.
This was when math stopped making sense to
I
me.
loved that.
Of course it did.
Kind of stuff.
It was Calc 3 that was the worst.
Even Yaya Rosa was puzzled, and she's at the top of our class. Mathematics is truly a cursed subject.
Midoriya.
107/14!
Incorrect. Yaya Rosa.
107/28.
That's right. On to the next problem.
Damn, that sucks. He was just off by a factor of a half.
Yeah.
Or just, you know what I mean.
That was almost smart.
Yikes.
You seemed really into that class, Deku.
Yes, I applaud the effort you're putting into your studies. However, before we feed our brains, we need to feed our bodies.
I'm starving!
Please have some fromage.
Okay.
Oyama
Cheese
was
time.
force-feeding me cheese, and little did I know, even stranger things were in my future.
This cheese is called Pont l'Evêque. It's mild and perfect for snacking.
Oh, I'm good. Still chewing on the piece I already have in my
Okay.
mouth. But thanks anyway.
Why don't you come have lunch with us in the cafeteria? I've noticed you usually eat by yourself, Ayama.
No. Lunch Rush's food doesn't agree with my refined palate.
Well, to each their own,
Goodness
I suppose.
gracious.
We're not going to force
I
you.
mean, you could still eat in the
Now,
cafeteria
time
with
to
everyone
eat.
else.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just the beginning. Aoyama definitely made an impact anytime he spoke or did anything, really. But it was always pretty hard to tell what he was thinking.
He seems weird. And not in like a normal way. Or like normal way for
He
him.
was showing
Yeah.
his true colors.
What? That seems way more like possession than true colors. Oh.
What the heck is going on? That was Aoyama, right? But why was he on the balcony? He was just standing
How did
there
he see him
staring.
there?
I didn't imagine that, right? What should I do? I mean, his room is next door, so he could have walked down the hall if he needed something. Should I go talk to him? What would I even say? Hey, Aoyama, were you just being creepy? No, calm down. I'm sure there's a logical...
Midoriya, I know.
Oh.
Jeez!
What
Do
the
not run in the
fuck?
hole!
I remember I saw that scene. I was like, "Am I tripping right now?"
No, that's
What-
literally so weird.
But yeah, he left "I know" written
In cheese after spying on him from his balcony.
Yeah, what the hell is happening?
Like, what is he doing?
What is he doing?
What could he
Do
know?
not run in the hole! But do move your legs as quickly as possible. Only 1 minute to class. You barely made it. And are you getting enough sleep lately? I see those dark circles.
You're right.
Rude.
Sorry, class rep.
Dude.
Surprise.
There he was. I was so weirded out by the cheese last night I couldn't sleep. I've never really talked to Aoyama that much. He doesn't go out of his way to socialize. He's more of a free spirit. Someone who always says whatever's on his mind. At least, I think that's right. I wonder if something's going on with him. If so, it's probably not a good idea to ask him while everyone else is around. I don't want to make him feel awkward, especially if it ends up being something personal.
Hey, whoa, Mineta! Take a look at this!
Is it X-rated?
Suitable for children. Mount Lady and Edgeshot have teamed up. Kamui Woods is gonna be joining them too.
Mount Lady, so big, so hot.
I think they're going by Team Lurkers. I saw it mentioned in the news earlier.
Lurkers.
There sure are a bunch of heroes teaming up these days.
Interesting.
Giantess is getting famous.
Once we're pros, we should do some team-ups too. Here's an idea. You can make me float, and we can make acid rain. Sounds intense. Oh, hey, and Pharaoh can use his tape
Oh, that's
to
cool.
fly me around.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Koda and Shoji and Jiro will be the scouts. Oh, we'll be called Team Rainy Day.
Woohoo!
What about us?
Don't need
I'm not invited.
You can't just look at quirks when you're teaming up. You have to choose people you get along with, too. I think you're making it worse.
Everyone should be moving toward the gym now. Get yourselves into your costumes.
All right, class, today we'll continue working on your ultimate moves. If you haven't found a second ability, focus on finding one. If you already have two, then work on refining them until they're flawless.
Okay.
More ultimate moves.
Okay.
Just you wait, Rappa. I'll become a man who doesn't flinch at the sight of someone like you. I'll train by taking continuous powerful hits like yours. So, Bakugo, Sato, Midoriya, please use me as your own personal punching bag.
That's so funny.
Sorry, doing some solo work today.
That's okay.
So you made any progress yet?
Because he knows about One For All.
Right.
No, not really.
What's the matter, nerd? I thought you were gonna surpass me and be #1. Kirishima, let me howitzer you.
Weirdly supportive by Bakugo.
Alright.
Kachon is right. When I really focus, I can use up to 20% of my quirk. But that still wasn't enough to beat Chisaki. I need to be able to use 100% of One For All without any help. Otherwise, I won't be able to win or save anyone.
Hey. Watch this. My new move. The naval buffet laser. Oh, feast your eyes. When I do this, my tummy always starts hurting.
Then why didn't you show me just now? Mr. Cementos, Aoyama isn't feeling well. Can I take him to go rest?
Go ahead.
Just the two of us.
Why did he volunteer for that?
Up, now's the
Oh,
time.
okay.
So you were on my balcony, and then... The whole I know thing, what did you mean?
That I know your quirk isn't compatible with your body. Which means you're like me.
Aoyama, what are you talking about? You think so? But how?
I've had to wear this support belt ever since I was un petit garçon. The truth is, if I don't wear it, then sometimes my navel laser just leaks out.
Ew.
I was born that way. You see, my body wasn't made to handle my quirk. That's what the doctors said. When you first started at UA, you couldn't control your power at all. I remember. I've always thought we were similar. And now, ever since the work study, you seem to be even more impatient to succeed than before.
Yeah, I guess so.
There had to be a less creepy way to go about that.
Honestly, I think they make me happier than anything. That's why I left the message to raise your spirits. Did it work? Was the cheese delicious?
I didn't exactly want to eat it off the ground.
If we can't overcome
Little
the things that
delusional.
bring us
Like
pain,
strange message
won't be able to
cheese.
twinkle, mon ami.
I thought he was being creepy, but he just wanted to encourage me. Know what? You're right. And your surprise was a huge success. Thanks, Aoyama.
Was it? Oh,
Are you
I mean,
okay?
Deku's a sweet kid.
what was that facial shot, though? What was that?
Are you
I have
okay?
no idea.
It came out.
Oh. Oh, God. What?
Just
Snap to see, guys.
just
Let's move on.
move on.
I'm not even going back.
Ick. No, please don't.
And so?
Try this pastry.
Yeah, sure.
Enough, buddy.
You've been, like, so cheerful lately.
That's the story of how Aoyama and I became friends.
And that is the end of that episode.
Welcome, dearest viewers. I bid you good day.
Can you guess what I'm up to? Worry not, friends. I'll show you.
Hold on. Oh no.
Okay.
What are your first thoughts? I see the confusion on your face.
I'm a little bit confused. What the fuck was that?
What was what? Specifically, just all of it?
Like the whole thing, yeah.
It does feel a little random. I still don't really know why that all happened.
Okay. Are they like friends moving forward?
Yeah, they're friends. Yeah.
But like in like a more than other classmates way?
I think it's one of those things where Deku's slowly been interacting with every member of 1A in some way, and it feels like this is Ayama's turn.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Right.
If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes of My Hero every Friday and Sunday. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon and they're extended full-length forms. But we have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Ashton asks, I would love to hear your analysis on the line Bakugo says to the leader of the problem children. If you keep looking down on everyone else, you'll never be able to see your own weaknesses. Though we've seen Bakugo go through so much development, like his guilt in the Kamino incident and learning All Might chose Deku as the successor, I feel like this is one of those big moments in which that development has shown itself through his previous actions towards others. We've heard plenty of self-reflection from Deku when he thinks about himself based on this line from Bakugo. What self-reflection do you think Bakugo has gone through to get him to the point where we saw him at the start versus where we saw him at the beginning of the series?
Totally. I think it's really interesting to see Bakugo talk about that from the perspective of how it's limited his own development, because a lot of times being a good teammate or like a good person or whatever is framed around like you should be good to other people, like you shouldn't be an asshole to everyone else. But then for Bakugo to separately, you obviously shouldn't be a dick just because you shouldn't be a dick, but then for him to realize how that has limited his personal development in ways beyond anything he could have imagined, and not only in a like, okay, moving forward, I'm not going to do this anymore, but to say to someone else, if don't do what I did, I feel like that requires a lot more growth and ownership than I'm going to change moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go to our second question. Second question, Big Fuse asks, when you get down to it, it doesn't matter if you think Endeavor deserves forgiveness or even has a chance at it. It all comes down to Shoto. So do you think he'll give him a chance?
I think he'll give him the chance in the sense that he won't look away. He's not going to like deliberately leave a situation or like a gesture, but like he will observe, which is really all he has to do. And that's all Endeavor was really asking for. He wasn't saying like, oh, please forgive me or whatever. He was just like, I'm going to do better moving forward. And what forgiveness looks like for Todoroki is like, okay,
yeah,
I'll watch.
Say, okay, I'll watch.
Like, okay, I'll watch.
Yeah, exactly. But what grade would you give Endeavor's sort of apology / promise here? On like a...
I mean, did he say sorry?
No. Sorry, he said, I'm proud of you, and I'm going to make me someone you're proud of. What grade would you give it? Probably like a C+? C?
That's not an apology.
I mean, just rating what he said. Like, you were talking about how it wasn't transactional. And
okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like, it's something.
Yeah, it could definitely be worse.
That's exactly what
Yeah. Like, okay, because the thing is, in a situation where someone has been just like unforgivably awful, nothing that they do is going to be able to counteract or make up for anything that they have done. But you can also recognize that given the situation that individual was in like a Freaky Friday body swap situation, what's the best way to move forward from someone who was dropped in that situation, separate from the fact that they may have created the situation themselves.
Exactly. And based on that.
And in that case, I think that was pretty much all you can ask for.
That's what I think.
I think an actual I'm sorry would have been nice.
That would have bumped it up a few grades.
You know, because there's a difference between saying I'm proud of you and I'm sorry for never having told you I'm proud of you before.
Yeah.
Like from like a mathematical standpoint, the same thing is being conveyed, but there's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's go to our final question and we'll keep an eye on Endeavor. Final question. Jinchurk87 asks, thoughts on the quirk singularity doomsday theory the Shiketsu student brought up about quirks possibly getting too powerful over generations to control?
That is so interesting. Yeah, because there does get to be a point where if children who are so young that they don't really even know what they're doing have the ability to do such massive damage, like what do you even do with that?
That's the question, is like when they don't know how to control it and they're that powerful.
Exactly, because you like it's the balance between like you obviously owe it to the child to protect and take care of them, but you also owe it to everyone around that child to protect and take care of them. And if those two things can't coexist, how do you choose?
All good points, and I wonder whether we're going to see more about that quirk.
Oh, I'm sure.
Singularity theory, but
I feel like it's very airy coded.
Yeah, that's a good point, and we'll see if it continues moving forward, but that's where we're left for episode 17. Are we excited for episode 18 of season 4 of My Hero Academia?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.